Hi friends! Last week, the entire Wilson clan, all 18 of us, went on vacation together. We were at Palm Harbor, Florida, just north of Clearwater. This photo was taken in the backyard of our Airbnb. Here's the view from our back porch. It was beautiful and hot, and we had a really good time together. On Thursday, everyone went to Disney except for my wife Sharon and me and our youngest nephew Ivan. Ivan just turned 1 at the end of May. We were really excited to have some one-on-one time with him, and I think he was too, especially because he didn't have to share our attention with his brother and sister. We may have spoiled him just a tad, but that's what aunts and uncles are for, right? Part of our adventure was to swim in the pool. And so we lathered everybody up with 50 SPF sunscreen. We strapped a life jacket onto Ivan and we stepped into the shallow end of the pool, which only came up to Ivan's waist. Between the water and the life jacket, Ivan was a little off balance, and so every time he went to pick up the ball that we were playing with, he would lose his balance. And of course, we were there to pick him up right away, but he still didn't like the water splashing his face. So we abandoned the ball, and I took him in my arms, and we started to walk into the deep end of the pool. At first, he grabbed my neck and held on for dear life because his feet weren't touching anymore, and he didn't realize that mine were. Sharon and I talked to him and reassured him, and I made sure that he could feel my hands around his waist, and he began to relax. After a while, he almost fell asleep in the pool in my arms. You know, sometimes we feel like we are in over our head. Like when we go off to college, or even when we just start a new school year, or when the demands of work push us to our limits, or when illness or injury or emotions take us out of commission, when a relationship takes an unexpected turn, or when someone we love dies. And sometimes we may not be in over our head, but we lose our balance. Like when we put our foot in our mouth, or when we overreact or overindulge, or when selfishness crowds out generosity, or revenge eclipses forgiveness. Whether we have just fallen over or whether we are struggling to keep our head above water, God is always there to pick us up and to hold us up. We can trust him. Through scripture and other people, through music and nature, through worship and beauty and countless other ways, God is constantly speaking and holding on to us, reassuring us of his presence, strength, and care. In the safety of God's arms and in the comfort of God's voice, we can begin to relax, even in the midst of fear, uncertainty, and anxiety. That's why Jesus could sleep in the boat in the midst of the storm. He knew that his safety was not in the boat, not in the disciples, not in the sea, not even in his ability to swim. But his safety was in the Father who loved him and would never let him go. Whether you are in a storm or in over your head or just a little imbalanced, take a deep breath. Focus on the Father. Feel his arms around you and know that he can touch even when you can't. Thanks for listening. I'll see you again next week.